The starting point for the platform as to where we've come from takes me back to the consultations on the World Humanitarian Summit in the lead up to the Istanbul Summit, the New York declarations, and of course for us in Uganda here, after the New York declaration, we had the Solidarity Summit, and of course there's a lot of preparations that culminate in the Gulu meeting and declaration.
In 2017, we had a national dialogue for local actors in humanitarian response that met in Gulu. And it was from this meeting that local actors realized the need to have a national platform for them as actors to strengthen their coordination efforts around humanitarian response and their role to influence the humanitarian agenda in Uganda. So at that very meeting in Gulu, the concept of the humanitarian platform was initiated.
We had to find ways in which we can bring together local organizations so that they can play a part in the work of humanitarian action. As we all know, the humanitarian action in Uganda is one where we have lots of participation of the international organizations. So the participation of local and the national actors is very important because these are usually the first responders or the organizations that stay on the ground. They are the ones that are there at the beginning when we have either refugees or a disaster in any community.
Oxfam spearheaded the formation of the platform as an international organization. The formation of the platform was basically to bring together a common voice for local and national humanitarian actors in Uganda. The local actors did not have space to operate in the responses that were happening both locally and the international responses like the South Sudan response.
The opportunities that the humanitarian platform, through the localization agenda, to address the issues of the localization agenda, bring on board is the strong element of coordination of local actors. Because we had a very strong international NGO presence and action and funding, but the local actors were not part of the conversation. And yet they're the first responders and actually usually the last whenever the crisis rolls into a recovery and development phase. So we feel that's always a lost opportunity in humanitarian responses when local actors are not even part of the conversation and the narrative. So there was a need to actually form a coordination platform which would help local actors only to understand but also to collaborate and coordinate.
We're able to share what we're doing. We're able to appreciate what others do through this platform, right from the region up to the national level.
The platform has provided opportunity for capacity building for local actors in different areas. Already, the capacities were assessed and the gaps were identified, and one training has been organized by the platform to enhance the capacities of local actors in the area of documentation.
We are able to have a platform where we raise our voices, we know what local partners need, what they can do best. We are able to learn the best practices. When new policies come out, it is easy to know through the platform. The humanitarian platform actually provides an avenue for us to know what we have not known, the issues happening, current issues happening, where we need to step in, where we need to learn from.
Provides us this opportunity of documenting our stories through the newsletter. It makes calls for organizations to write what they do through collecting success stories from the field that the national platform then documents and publishes through the newsletter that it produces.
It also gives us a platform to engage the different stakeholders more structurally on issues, and if there are specific asks, we know exactly what those asks are and we can be very clear about it. So to me, that is really the opportunity the platform gives me as the head of a local organization, national organization, and to know that I belong to a wider audience where these issues are shared.
I recommend strongly that the issue of the ownership, right from the region up to the national one, should be critically looked into, and everybody should be interested to have a stake into it. It being a political arm, it being a technical arm. Even us who are in the civil society arena should be able to find a way how we can contribute to the sustainability of this platform.
There's need for the platform to create a pool funding so that donors can direct or channel their funds to this pool fund, and when there's an emergency, then it can be activated for local actors to respond.
We could have now an annual plan of key events. When should they be? So that also us local partners can plan to participate in such events and to organize and see how we can strengthen ourselves and continue.
One of the things that we would recommend for the platform to cherish or to practice is an annual information sharing gathering, where all these different players are given a chance to come together.
There is a lot of relevance in the platform. It will depend on what the members wish to do, but they need also to engage more beyond just having a few people at the secretariat. The members of the platform must be willing to engage with the processes that are happening and not only wait for the time when people have probably communicated on this.
Now that we have the humanitarian platform, which is just at our fingertips every time you need it, on WhatsApp you can get, on internet you can get. One good thing they could do is to be the mother of humanitarian information data that is available at just a click. And that would happen if they can have a very good database information.
I look forward to the platform bringing all the members who are in the humanitarian response, both preparedness and response, to agree on a journey, but it will take honest decisions, honest discussions, reflections.
As the humanitarian platform, we will continue to ensure that there is coordination among local and national humanitarian actors, adequate information is shared, and actors have the ability to influence the humanitarian agenda at all levels.
As government, we want to continue to offer our good working relationship with you, and even do our best to see that you regularize your platform. You regularize your platform in either under a memorandum of understanding with government, clearly showing your scope of work, your engagements, your communication strategy, and outreaches, so that you continue to come out with that one voice, especially as first responders in these different humanitarian incidents.